Russia blaming the U.S. and vowing consequences for a Ukrainian missile strike in occupied Crimea, which officials say killed at least 4 people, including 2 children. Around 150 others were injured in the attack as missile debris fell on a nearby beach. Russia's defense ministry says the missiles used by Ukraine were U.S. supplied and are calling the strike barbaric. It comes after Russia's president vowed earlier this month to target countries arming Ukraine. Chaos recorded on a beach in Sevastopol Sunday, people running for their lives. Some of the 150 injured being carried off on lounge chairs. Russia flying 22 of the wounded to Moscow for further treatment today, 12 of them children. Of the 4 civilians killed, 2 were children. Today, Russians and tourists came to pay their respects for those who lost their lives, setting up a memorial in their honor. Today, the Kremlin directly blames the United States for the attack on Crimea with U.S.-supplied Army tactical missile systems, or ATACMS for short.
ATACMS is the Army Field Artillery's premier surface-to-surface strike system. It allows them to be mobile, to disperse, to hide in terrain and clutter, and to be able to impose certain kinds of uncertainty upon the enemy about where they'll be coming from.
The Wall Street Journal providing an in-depth look at the missile system in the days after U.S. President Joe Biden agreed to provide a limited supply to Ukrainian forces last year.
ATACMS missiles can contain one of 2 types of warheads, unitary or submunition.
A unitary warhead is just what it sounds like. It is one big explosive. It's in one piece. Submunitions or bomblets are likewise what they sound like. Lots of little things that spread out. There's advantages to both depending on what you're targeting.
The one said to have been used on Sevastopol was a cluster munition warhead.
Inside an ATACMS submunition warhead are hundreds of steel-cased balls filled with incendiary pellets,
which could be likened crudely to a shotgun blast, where it has a large spray of explosive impact on the target.
Bomb disposal crews are combing the beach for potential unexploded submunitions, Russia calling it a barbaric, unscrupulous terrorist attack, the U.S. weighing in today.
I will just tell you what the ambassador said when she met with the Russian Foreign Ministry, and that is, of course, that we lament any civilian loss of life in this war. We provide weapons to Ukraine so it can defend its sovereign territory against armed aggression. That includes in Crimea, which of course is part of Ukraine, and Russia could stop this war today and end the suffering caused by the war Russia launched today if it would stop its occupation of sovereign Ukrainian territory and stop launching attacks on civilians.
Ukrainian authorities have reciprocated accusations of terrorism against civilians, reporting the latest deadly Russian strike on the border city of Kharkiv. But Russian President Vladimir Putin is focused on NATO, which provides security for Europe. He complains that the alliance's expansion into Central and Eastern Europe after the Cold War made Russia's position intolerable. Putin saying just last week, ultimately, the selfishness and arrogance of Western states have led to the current extremely dangerous state of affairs. We have come unacceptably close to the point of no return.
Our support is not about making NATO a party to the conflict. It is about ensuring that Ukraine can uphold its right of self-defense, a fundamental right which is enshrined in the UN Charter.
The United Nations Human Rights Monitoring Mission in Ukraine says at least 10,000 civilians have been killed since Russia invaded in February of 2022.